Davenport was once a quiet Florida railroad town known for its citrus groves. Today, it is a high-speed development hub. Entire neighborhoods of new construction are actively being framed, and the population sharing a Davenport mailing address has reached nearly 80,000 residents. A major part of the draw is logistics. Davenport sits squarely on the I-4 corridor between Orlando and Tampa. That central placement offers residents direct highway access to the major theme parks and the massive Amazon distribution centers operating nearby. This chart shows the 2026 Florida real estate forecast, with existing home sales climbing. A massive driver of those sales is the Davenport discount. Here, median home prices sit in the low 300,000s, offering a highly accessible entry point for families trying to buy a house. Contrast those numbers with the rest of the state. The Florida average is up around $410,000, and if you look at Orlando or the coastal markets, the floor for entry is significantly higher. And in Davenport, $300,000 doesn't buy a 30-year-old fixer-upper. Buyers are walking into brand-new, open-concept, 4-bedroom homes equipped with smart thermostats and energy-efficient features. That relative discount is the primary engine behind Davenport's rapid growth. For out-of-state relocators and remote workers, the lower sticker price creates a powerful incentive to pack up and move to Polk County. But a lot of buyers hit a wall about 30 days into the process. They secure a home at an affordable list price, only to discover their actual monthly mortgage payment is much higher than they budgeted for. The culprit is a set of specific Florida expenses, known as carrying costs. These include the localized property taxes, the neighborhood and community assessments, and the required insurance premiums that standard online mortgage calculators routinely omit from their estimates. This creates a monthly gap. Because of these localized fees, a Davenport home with a sticker price of $320,000 often costs more per month to live in than a $360,000 home elsewhere. We are going to audit every hidden cost in the 2026 Davenport market. We will map out exactly what you will pay so you don't exhaust your savings and end up house poor. In Davenport, the purchase price is only half the math. Ignoring the carrying costs turns a low entry price into a long-term financial burden. Before you even calculate your monthly payment, you have to account for the immediate cash required to close. In Florida, closing costs typically run between 2 and 4% of the total purchase price. On a $300,000 home, you need to bring an extra $6,000 to $12,000 to the closing table. That covers lender origination fees, title insurance, home appraisals, and home inspections. That upfront cash requirement means many buyers deplete their emergency reserves immediately. They hand over the front door keys, but they have zero budget left over for buying furniture, painting, or handling unexpected repairs. Once you own the home, the baseline carrying cost begins. In Polk County, property taxes generally range from 1.2 to 1.8% of the home's assessed value every year. Florida does not collect a state income tax. Because of that, property taxes act as the primary funding engine for county services, roads, and local infrastructure. Before you add a single specialized fee, your starting baseline for monthly living in Florida is already higher than many first-time buyers anticipate. Next is the CDD, or Community Development District fee. This is a highly localized infrastructure fee that is extremely common in Davenport's newer master-planned communities. CDDs are not standard taxes. When a developer builds a massive new subdivision, they take out a bond to pay for the new roads, the water systems, the clubhouses, and the resort-style pools. The CDD is the repayment of that specific bond. This chart shows how those fees stack up. Your base payment starts with principal and interest, and property taxes sit on top. Then the CDD assessment drops in, adding $1,000 to $3,000 to your total cost every year, billed alongside your property taxes. The trade-off is straightforward. You get an elevated resort-style living experience with beautifully maintained infrastructure.
The burden is a mandatory, non-negotiable fee that hits your budget like a second car payment. While CDDs provide amenities and maintain neighborhood aesthetics, they act as a permanent anchor on a family's monthly cash flow. Then we have to look at the most volatile variable in the entire state of Florida: homeowners' insurance premiums. Davenport is located inland, making it relatively safe from direct coastal storm surges. But insurance risk is pooled, meaning Davenport homeowners still absorb the financial impact of the state's overall rising risk profile. Because of the massive claims generated by statewide weather events, 2026 projections put annual insurance premiums between $2,500 and $4,500 for a typical single-family home in Davenport. This creates what is known as the escrow trap. If your insurance provider hikes your premium at renewal, your mortgage servicer adjusts your escrow account. Your monthly mortgage payment can jump by hundreds of dollars overnight, even with a fixed-rate loan. Homeowners insurance functions as a third tax in Florida. It is the single most critical carrying cost you need to verify with an agent before signing a purchase contract. The final recurring costs to audit are your homeowners association dues, which range from $100 to $400 a month, and your high-season utility bills, which will run another $150 to $250 to keep the air conditioning running. Those HOAs guarantee your neighborhood stays pristine and uniform, but they remove another layer of flexibility from your 2026 household budget. Seeing all these costs stacked up causes many buyers to freeze. They decide to keep renting, telling themselves they will just wait for interest rates to drop below 6% before buying. This chart shows why waiting is risky. With mortgage rates stabilizing and home sales rising in 2026, every month you delay costs thousands in rent. Market momentum is growing, and small potential rate savings are wiped out by the guaranteed loss of paying rent today. Waiting for the perfect macroeconomic moment usually costs you significantly more in dead rent than you will ever save on a slightly lower mortgage rate. To make an accurate decision, you have to synthesize all of these factors: principal, interest, property taxes, CDDs, insurance, and HOA dues into one comprehensive monthly number. This chart shows the true 2026 reality. For a median $320,000 home in Davenport, your total carrying cost will land between $2,200 and $2,800 a month. Davenport remains a highly competitive bargain for Florida real estate. But when you factor in the CDD and insurance realities, your monthly savings are about $400 to $600 thinner than those basic online mortgage calculators suggest. For a lot of families, that exact amount represents the line between living comfortably and living in a constant state of financial stress. Sustainability in Davenport depends on your ability to cover the monthly carrying costs over the long term. With the final numbers laid out, we can map out a decision matrix to help you determine if Davenport is the right move for your specific profile. The Davenport ideal buyer is a remote worker relocating from a high-tax state. They value new-build amenities, have zero state income tax to pay, and possess the budget padding to comfortably absorb $800 or more in monthly carrying fees. The high-risk buyer is someone whose mortgage pre-approval is strictly maxed out at $300,000 and who absolutely requires a monthly payment under $1,800 to survive. For them, Davenport's new builds are too expensive. For buyers whose budgets are capped by CDD fees, established neighborhoods like Sunridge Woods offer a path forward by bypassing those specific development assessments and providing better control over monthly output. You should also leverage builder incentives. In 2026, many new construction developers offer massive closing cost credits that can completely offset your upfront cash burden, keeping your emergency fund intact. Davenport offers massive opportunities for Florida living. The inventory is there, the infrastructure is expanding, and the prices are accessible. You just have to make sure that you are buying for the monthly reality.